Hello guys, so in my last video you guys were asking me of how I was able to do this on my terminal or on my computer. This so what I basically did here was a video to ascii. For those of you who don't know what that means, video to ascii is basically when you have a preset video right over here. This is the video. This is the video right here, a preset video. So basically using of characters, these are the characters I used. I'm basically converting the video, sorry, into a set of characters dots. So if you notice when I run this code in the video right here, if you notice, you can see this stuffs here and in here. This is what is converting this video right here, this one right here is being converted into using characters to run it. So that's basically what I did. So now how did I do it? So now this is the copy of the code. For this tutorial, I'm not going to be writing the code from scratch. I'm just going to show you guys the code and explain how the code works using comments over here. You can see here I used a lot of comments in here to explain what this code does. So first of all, what I basically do was to import CV2. For those of you who don't know what CV2 is, CV2 is also known as OpenCV. Now, what is OpenCV? OpenCV is basically known is a computer visualization library, right? It's used to create computer visuals or system visuals using a set of libraries or code. So now, to import it in Python, you import it as CV2 over here. So in here, I imported time to calculate how long the video will last, calculate the video duration, and to reset it back to the beginning once the video time has reached the end, to create like a looping simulation. So now I imported courses. Courses is basically like how you start your terminal. Just like how in HTML, to start your web page you use CSS, or to gain control over your web page or to manipulate your web page you use CSS. So in courses is used to manipulate your computer terminal. For those of you who don't know what the terminal is, your terminal is basically your command prompt, your PowerShell, your MacBook terminal, whatever it may be. That's what courses is used for. It's used for studying of your terminal and manipulating of your terminal. I imported signals. Signal is, as name implies, a signal. I use it to, like, if a user clicks a button, the video should stop. If the user hits the space bar, the video should pause. Basically, that is just signaling the terminal. Basically, that. Import SIS. SIS is basically used for manipulating of my system's OS or operating system, because I'm dealing with my terminal. I'm dealing not just with my terminal, I'm also dealing with my RAM, my processor, and my storage. So SIS is used to help me easily manipulate all of those. So now let's go into the main code. So in here, ASCII characters, like I said, ASCII characters or ASCII is basically converting of a video using of characters, and those characters are called ASCII chars or ASCII characters. If you want to the full sentence, yeah. So ASCII chars, these are the ASCII chars I use this. You can use other ASCII chars like letters, symbols, whatever you want to be, but I use this as my ASCII characters. So in here, this is a variable for mapping the pixel values of 0 to 255 to appropriate ASCII characters. Dividing by 25 gives us 10 plus intensity levels to match our ASCII chart. So what this is basically doing is that it should map through for values of 0 to 255. This is the range here, as you can see, to match our ASCII charts. So this is the function to define the frame. This is what I mean by the frame. For example, when I run this code, right, if you notice, look, I can resize my terminal. Even though I'm resizing my terminal, the video is still playing. As you can see, if I resize it, it becomes smaller. If I increase this width or the height, it becomes bigger. That's basically what this function is for. It gets the height and the width to map the frame, the shape of the frame. Aspect ratio should be equals to the height divided by the width. These are the parameters I use. Frame, basically that. I won't go deep into that. Like I said, this is going to be a quick and short tutorial. So this is the if statement I use. If the new width and not the new height, if the new width and not the new height, if the new height should be equals to the aspect ratio multiplied by the new width given by this 0.55. This 0.55 is basically, let's say, if it's to prevent parallax error. If there's an error with the width, if it's not calculated right, it should be multiplied by this to avoid parallax error. I'm sure you guys know what parallax error is. Else, if the new height is and not the new width should be equals to the same thing as this. Once again, 0 multiplied by 0.55 to prevent parallax error. Else, if the new width and not the new height, the new width should be equals to 80. That is a predefined width. If, let's say, the width exceeds this, or the height exceeds this, it should have a default width of 80. And the new height, once again, should be equal to the aspect ratio multiplied by the new width, 0.55. So in here, return the OpenCV resize frame, basically calling the function. So define frame to ASCII. What this is doing is converting this video, right? It's converting this video into an ASCII. That's what this frame to ASCII is doing, is to convert this video into ASCII characters. And once again, a quick refresh, these are the ASCII characters that this video should be converted into. So the ASCII rows should be equal to an empty array. This is where all the rows will be stored in here. All the pixel values and everything will be stored in here. So for row in frame, ASCII row should be equal to an empty array, and this is to process each row of pixels. So for pixel in row, the character should be equal to ASCII lookup pixel. You should replace spaces with dots for better visibility through unlikely. I won't go into that. So if the character is equal to an empty array, the character should be equal to this. So what this is doing is this. If I run this code, you notice, right? Notice what's happening. You can see all these empty spaces in here, right? All these empty spaces. Like, look at the mouth, for example. There's an empty space in the mouth, right? So that didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work, but this is basically what it was meant to do. Like, if there's an empty space, it should be replaced with a dot. But I don't know why it didn't work, but that will be you guys' assignments to know why it didn't work, or to explain to me why it didn't work. So these ASCII rows, right, this empty arrays here should be appended. This character should be appended into it. That's basically what is this. So ASCII rows should append to should join to the ASCII rows. Basically that. It should return the function. So this signal handler, I won't go into that. I'm sure these comments already explains what this is doing. So now define play to ASCII. Now this you can see that this is converting the video to ASCII. This is the main one that should actually play the video. So this is the main function to actually play the video. So I put in a signal to exit. I'm just basically calling this function over here. You see it. I'm basically calling it over here, so that when a user does Ctrl+C, it should just stop the video. So cursor it should hide the cursor. This is your cursor. It should hide it when the video is playing. I won't go into this. I'm sure the comments are already explaining what that is doing. So you should initialize the video capture. So cap should be equal to CV2. It should capture the video. That's basically what it's doing. So if the capture is not opened, it should throw in an error saying the video could not open, and it should refresh. I won't go into that. I'm sure you guys understand what this is doing. So get the video properties for timing. It should time the video FPS. It should calculate the video SPS. The FPS is equal to the cap.get CV2 cap props FPS delay. So basically frame delay in seconds, fall back to 32 FPS. So basically, if the video is not up to 32 FPS, you should calculate it and convert it to 32 FPS using these ASCII characters over here. So next we have the pause. So if pause is equal to false, last frame time should be equal to this. I think I showed this up here. Wait, let me check. Okay, yeah, this below. Yeah, this is it. So if the video is paused, right, if a space bar is clicked, the video should pause. That's basically what it's doing. So for now, the pause should be equal to false, meaning the video should play, because the video hasn't been paused yet, so it should be equal to false. So last frame time, you should calculate the time of when the video stops, so that it will know when to resume or when to continue. So I now use a try block here. So if it's true, the current time should be equal to the time try time height, time width, stdr. Yeah, this basically just getting the time of the video. If the video the time is 10 and you pause it at 10, you should pause at that 10 and you resume at that same 10 seconds. That's basically what this is. And another try in here to get the key. If a Q key on your keyboard was clicked, it should stop the program. If your space bar was hit, just like in an actual video, and if the R on your keyboard is clicked, it should restart the video from the beginning. That's basically what this is. So this terminal resize, else key, you should resize your terminal to handle the aspect ratio. So if you increase the terminal weight, the video should also increase. Reduce, it should reduce. Basically that. So this is the pause state. If the video is paused, obviously it should pause, else if it's not, it should continue. Basically that. And I added a little delay here to reduce CPU, because like I said, that's what this CS is for. It's to help me manipulate my processor, my RAM, and my storage. So that's basically what this is doing. It's to help me manipulate this up here. It's help me manipulate it. So next we have the current time. So if the current time is minus the last frame time is less than the delay, it should a tiny delay to prevent CPU overload. So next we have, it should read the next frame video. Basically this I won't really go deep into it. Like I said, once again, this is going to be a quick and easy tutorial. So what you guys can do, you guys can just look at the video, just copy what you see and paste it in your own code if you want to try it out. The display width, your display height, the resize, the ASCII frame should be this. Another try with this. So I think that's where I'm going to stop explaining. So this is just the rest of the code. If you guys, okay, let me quickly explain this. This is the main function. This is the main function used here. So basically this is the main function to start the video player. For those of you, if you haven't really gone deep into programming yet, this main function is basically just telling this whole thing that, hey, this is the brain of the entire code. All these are just my muscles. They're just my muscles and my skeletons. If I was to remove this main function, right? If I was to remove this main function, this entire code won't even work at all. So yeah, so if name is equals to main, you should call the main function. This name is if you have like a .main file, but in here I don't have a .main file. I'm supposed to have one for security reasons, but I guess because I'm using Visual Studio Code, it's just overriding that for me and helping me run the code. So yeah, that's basically all the code in there. So if you guys still want me to further explain this code, I'm down. Just let me know in the comments. Any questions you have, I'll explain it in the comments for you. So yeah, this is basically what I did in here. And if you want to play, this is the video I use. This video right here, video.mp4. I don't think Visual Studio Code will allow you to play a video in it. So yeah, that's all basically what I did. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.